Okay, in this video we're going to talk about how to go from a fraction to a percent. The thing that you need to keep in mind is the word percent. If you can look at it as per cent, meaning like per cien, per 100, think of the word century. Century is 100 years, per 100. So if I had a number like 40 over 100, we know that is 40 boxes shaded out of 100 total boxes. And if I were to put that into a percent, I would get 40%. Knowing that, we can think about our fractions a little bit more clearly. So if we have 40 over 100, we have to think about how can I make an equivalent fraction over 100 so that whatever that top number is, that's going to be our percent. Well, and it's pretty simple if you think about it. To go from 500 to 100, I'd have to divide by 5. And to do the same on the top, if I took 40 and divided it by 5, I would get 8 over 100. Well, that number simply becomes 8%. And it's as easy as that. So the first number is the first time you look at that fraction, you should ask yourself, can I make it into a fraction over 100? So let's see if we can do the same with 3 over 5. Well, we're going to set that up to something equal, to a fraction equivalent to something over 100. How do I get from 5 to 100? Well, in this case, we would be multiplying by 20. But if we want an equivalent fraction, we'd have to do the same on the top. So we're going to multiply by 20 on the top, and we'd get 60 over 100. And we know any number over 100 is that number as a percent. So the answer here is 60%. And in fact, 3 over 5 is equivalent to 60%. 40 over 500 is equivalent to 8%. Okay, so what if the bottom number does not fit into the top number? Well, that happens, right? So what we have to do is we have to do what's called top dog in the doghouse. So we're going to take this top number, which is the top dog, we're going to put it in the doghouse and put the 8 on the outside. Okay? So then, let me make that a little clearer. We have 8 divided into -1. We're going to add the decimal and the 0. 8 goes into 10 one times. 1 times 8 is 8. We're going to do subtraction. We get a 2. Add the another 0 and bring it down. 8 goes into 20. 2 times. 8 times 2 is 16. Subtract and you get a 4. Bring another 0 down. And 8 goes into 45 times. And finally, 8 times 5 is 40. And you subtract, you get the 0. Oh, don't forget the decimal up there. That's the first thing I should have done. So then we have 125 thousands, right? So it's tens, hundreds, thousands. But remember to keep in mind that we went from a fraction to a decimal just now, and our ultimate goal is to become a percent. So what do we have to do? We have to move this decimal 2 places to the right, and then we get our percent. So it's 12.5% as our final answer. Let's try one more example with 5/7. I'm going to erase some of this so we can get it out of the way. And 5 over 7, we're going to do the same thing. Top dog goes into the doghouse, so 7 into 5. We're going to add our decimal. Bring that decimal up right away so you don't forget it, and add in a 0. 7 into 50 goes 7 times, because 7 times 7 is 49. We're going to do subtraction. We get a 1. Bring down that 0. 7 into 10 goes 1 time. 1 times 7 is 7. Do subtraction. Get a 3. Bring out another 0. 7 into 30 goes 4 times. 7 times 4 is 28. You get a 2. At this point, we probably could stop. I'll do it one more time. Bring a 0 down. 7 times 2 is 14. And then we get a 6. At this point, you kind of can see that this is going to go on and on for a while. So what you can do is just round it. But remember, the ultimate goal here is to go from a fraction not to a decimal, but a fraction to a percent. And we know if we have that decimal, to get it to a percent, we're just going to move it over 2 places to the right and add it right there. So our percent would be, and we could round it to 71.4%. And that's it.